Okay, so just making a quick recording on the Targeted Individual Program UK. As you can hear, we've got the noise campaign in full swing. I've just gone to the allotment and this is the second time that that's gone off. Lots of noise. But yeah, I want to talk about something that happened to me 2 days ago. I met up with this girl who was supposedly a TI, right? And it was a good day, you know, went okay, she seemed cool. And then a couple of days later, you know, I'll just send her a few texts about my targeting, you know, describing what happened. And I'm gonna block this person as well from my YouTube because I think she's a perp. But you know, all of a sudden, you know, I've talked to her a lot about my targeting, and all of a sudden, you know, she comes out when she left mine about meditating and stuff. Like, you know, meditating's good, but she was acting like it was gonna solve all the problems. You know, and she's into all this ascension stuff, and that to me that's a load of rubbish, because you can't ascend. There's no getting away from this. You know what I mean? There's no amount of meditation is going to stop your targeting. That doesn't help me. What helps me is learning tactics, learning certain things to, you know, find out ways to defend myself from the psychological harassment and the psychological warfare that is being done. You know, meditating is good, I agree. But she was acting like it's the end all and be all of the target, and like it's going to stop it. But you know, I was pretty naive. I also overlooked the fact that she came here with a hat that was just like mine, a camouflage hat. And I know people get targeted with a camouflage, but you know, I like camouflage. Always been into army kind of stuff. So when I was in Spain earlier this year, I got a camouflage hat, and she got one that looked just the same. This is how they study you. And this is called something called mirroring, right? Now she's coming out with all this bullshit like, oh, you know, it's a sign, you know, it was, you know, I'm like, you know, I just had a bad vibe about her from the start, man. Like, just the way she was looking at me, I could see it in her eyes. There's something not right about her, you know. And these psychopathic, sociopathic people, they usually have certain looks. Like, their eyes are usually very kind of, how do I describe, like slitty eyes, like very small eyes, and very you know, the very tight eyes, very strong drawn faces, exposed cheekbones, stuff like that. They look very demonic, and she looked like that. I mean, serious. I'm not even going to mention who she is, but yeah, she looked like that. And you know, she coming at me with all this kind of stuff, man. Like, oh, I don't want to hear it. You know, I'm talking about my targeting. I just said what they were doing, and she's like, oh, I'm sick of hearing you talking about the targeting and all this and venting. Well, you know, I thought the whole purpose of getting in touch was to talk about the targeting and venting, because like you said, 2 people is better than 1. Yeah, that's what you said, your own words. But I guess that's not the case. And you know, she come out with all this bullshit, but when she was with me here, she was cursing the stalkers out. And I ignore them, but she's like, oh, I should ignore them. But then when she was here, she was shouting at the perps, like she was having verbal altercations with them and making a right chump of herself. You know what I mean? Like, just telling them to fuck off and all that kind of shit. You know, and then she, at the same time, she's telling me, you know, not to text her messages swearing about the perps and that it's bringing her down. Well, when she was here, if you'd have seen what she was doing, you'd be like, you know, you'd have seen that she was affected a lot more than me. She was reacting more than me. Like, she was telling them to fuck off and all that, which is what they want, instead of ignoring them or targeting them back. And then she's been trying to say I shouldn't target them back. And that's like a subliminal message she's been saying. She's saying, oh, I don't want to target them back. Well, you know, it's like, but that's what they do. I mean, they'll try anything to try and stop you being effective in resisting this program. And I have to thank Nigel Nicholson's community call for so much information I've learned from these calls. And one of the things that they try and do is change a person's view of the world, view of self and the world. And it's like she was trying to get me into all this Christian shit, trying to get me into all this kind of ascension, new agey bullshit. Which I'm into spiritual shit, but I'm not into this ascension bullshit like meditating and you're gonna just kind of leave the planet or ascend the planet. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, yeah, you don't ascend. You know, you can't just leave unless you kill yourself. That's not how it works. But you know, she's coming out of all that kind of shit. So you know, I'm kind of getting a little argument, nothing major, but you know, I thought I was reasonable. You know, I apologise. Well, kind of apologised for getting angry. I was saying sorry. I was a bit angry. You know what I mean? But then she's like, you know, starts subliminally insulting me, saying, "Oh, you should have a bath, and you know, you should clean your flat." It's like, well, you didn't say anything when you were in my flat, did you? Stupid. And then it's like, I call her out, I'll say, I don't like the way you worded that. It sounded like you were trying to subliminally say that I should do this and that. And then she said, oh, it wasn't subliminal, it was obvious. So I just said, you know, right, you know. So I thought, no, I said I thought so. So you were, you know, insulting me. Well, and she was making out like she's so spiritually evolved and better than me. So I'm just saying, you know, if you're so spiritually evolved, then how come you're coming out with snide comments and trying to insult me and trying to make me feel bad? That's not spiritually evolved, okay? So that's a load of bullshit on your part. And you know, that's how they do it, man. They try and make you feel bad because she knows she's rumbled now, so she's gonna try and do as much damage as she can. So, you know, the usual guilt tripping, like she's saying, okay, goodbye then. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad that you're gone. So it's like, you know, I basically said, you know what, fuck you, you're full of shit, you know. And then she comes out saying, oh, you know, I was getting all messages off you, which is not true. I sent like a couple of messages, probably 1 or 2 a day at the most. It wasn't like a barrage of angry messages about my targeting. I sent like 1 or 2 talking about the targeting, and then she's just, you know, going off on one. Which is just like what happened before, you know what I mean? When I explained what was going on, she started accusing me of being a perp, saying I'm saying crazy shit, but, you know, I was just saying what was happening. So, but yeah, it's like, now I'm thinking about it, it's almost the exact same thing that happened before, but they were a bit more stealthy with it, you know. Apart from not calling me a perp, I called her a perp. You know, I said, you're acting like a perp, which she was acting like a perp. But yeah, it's like these people, man, they'll do anything to try and play mind games with you and try and make you feel bad. So she's playing the old, I'm leaving, you know, and I guess she wants me to say, oh, don't, you know, I'm so sorry, but I'm like, okay, fuck you. You know what I mean? Okay, you can suck my dick. That's basically how I feel. And they got the coughing, you know, the bullshit. They've been doing that all morning, yeah, man. Like the walk past and they'll cough, the usual double cough. But, you know, it's like, man, it's like, I guess I'm supposed to feel really bad that you're thinking of cutting contact with me when I've known you for about 2 weeks. Bitch, please. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, so she does that. You know, and I'm like, good, I'm tired of the bullshit. Because it is bullshit what she was trying to do. So, you know, she doesn't respond to that. because she knows I'm onto her, and she knows. You know, I just had a bad feeling. I could see it in her eye, the look of hate. They always give you the look of hate, even if they pretend to like you, these people. They always have a look of hate in their eyes. Even when they pretend to like you. Yeah? That's something to look out for. Look out for they look. Some of them, the psychopathic ones, they have a physical look. They have tight drawn eyes, tight skin on the, you know, you can see the like very sharp defined faces, dark eyes like the eyes are very in the back of the skull. You know what I mean? And she was all that. She looked like the wicked witch of the West. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not playing. You know, you want to fuck with me, so you know, I'm gonna talk about what you've done, why you've targeted me, especially getting the same hat as me. I mean, that was a red flag in my eyes. Getting the exact same pattern. It was a different shade, but the same camo pattern and everything, like to a T. But you know, that's how they do it, man. They try and play these mind games, the mirroring, the guilt tripping, the emotional abuse. They're trying to make me feel like I'm in the wrong when, you know, I'm not in the wrong. Okay, so, you know, I'm just gonna block this. I'm blocked on YouTube, yeah, or email, but, you know, I will do. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of this bullshit. I'm tired of this bullshit. You know, don't let that discourage you from meeting people at TIs, because sometimes there's genuine TIs. Like I've met Target in Aberdeen, you know what I mean, and there are genuine people out there. It's just there's a lot of perps, a lot of fake TIs out there. So yeah, just something to be aware of. Yeah, I don't play. When it comes to this shit, I don't play. It's like, you want to target me or play mind games, then you got. And I don't care. If you can say okay, goodbye. I don't care. I don't care. You know, I don't have any feelings or affection for you. You know, you've shown your true colours, so I don't give a mother fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I deal with it. It sounds horrible and harsh, but you gotta be harsh with these people, because they'll do anything to try and ruin your life or get you slipping. So you gotta be harsh at times. You can't be kind to these people. Okay? I'll be damned if I'm kind to these people. I'm kind to people that are kind to me, but you try and play me, I'm gonna come down on you like fucking lightning bolts. Don't fuck with me. Alright? No. This is just a joke. And I said to myself, I said, you know, I don't need anyone. All I need is God. You know, all I need is God. And that's it. I don't need anyone, man. Because these motherfuckers, they ain't shit, man. I'd rather be alone and deal with this bullshit. If you're gonna be like that, I'd rather be alone. So, put that in your motherfucking pipe. Take a good toe to it. Yeah, that's how I feel. So, whatever. You know, I don't give a fuck.